And we do have the Commandos taking on the Wolves. As we've been saying, Commandos currently in 5th place. However, a win in this game will mean that the Blue Helmets will have to win their game, otherwise the Commandos will come through in 4th place. The Wolves will finish 3rd, no matter the result of this game. Be interesting to see how it folds out with regards to whether the Wolves maybe look to conserve some energy for the finals this evening. They will also be without number 11, Andreas Hug, who did receive a red card in the previous game. Introducing the Wolves now, number 1 from Poland, Cezary Salomonik. Number 2 from the Netherlands, Roy Dekkers. Number 3 from Switzerland, Dario Stern. Number 6 from Spain, Adrian Hamida. Number 8 from France, Leo Manahou. Number 10 from Chinese Taipei, Zhu Xing. And number 12 from Great Britain, David McBay. For the TUJISHOU Commandos now, number 3 from China, Chuo Shen. Number 4 from Spain, Alejandro Valls. Number 5 from Australia, Anton Holmes. Number 7 from Russia, Igor Zandarov. Number 8 from Germany, Mario Kupers. Number 9 from England, Ed Lart. Number 10 from Germany, Holger Diedrich. And number 11 from France, Mathieu Lelalio. Our referees for this game, Alan Winter from Wales and Chen Xinhua from Chinese Taipei. So both teams getting a quick warm-up before we get this game underway. And joining me in the commentary for this game after just finishing his own, the captain of the Leader Tigers, fellow Australian Adam Hoffmeyer.
Thank you. Good to be here again.
Great second half performance from your team there. 3 goals down, managing to come back and get the draw.
Yeah, it was a bit of a, if you broke it down to 4 quarters, a bit of a last quarter revival. Come back from 4-1 down to bring it to 4-0. So what we do is the 3rd game. We've been 3 down, either won or draw. So we always are confident that we can get back into the game. So we never concede.
Be interesting to see what scorelines you'd get if you didn't let yourselves get 3 down to start with, though.
We just need a bit of a warm-up, let them have a bit of fun, and we get into the game and play properly.
It was nice to see you guys fighting towards the end and not, as in your previous games, just taking the ball and running away from the other team and playing cat and mouse for the last minute. That happened in a few games last weekend for those that were watching.
It's more enjoyable when you got your ball in the hand and there's 18 seconds left. It's not much fun sitting in goals waiting for that long shot to come. It's a little bit stressful sitting there, but got a good defense around me, so pretty confident that they'll block the ball and I won't have to do anything, which is very nice. Who have you got for this game to win?
It is an interesting one, with those Commandos really vying for that 4th place. I think they're going to come out firing. Wolves lacking one of their Swiss maestros in Andreas Hug. Also just not looking as solid as they did in that first season. So I'm just struggling to see how the Wolves will hold off the Commandos. I think the Commandos will have the better of them in this game. However, we did see the Wolves are very good at scraping together draws and wins from nothing. So I think that a very close game on the score sheet, potentially a draw, may be what we have in store. Otherwise, I think the Commandos may have the better of them for this game. Much to my disappointment, my 2 teams that I'm managing are the Blue Helmets and the Bulls. And I very much want at least one of them to be in the finals. Commandos have looked very confident this season compared to last. I think the maturity and experience of Anton Holmes and Holger Diedrich has really paid off for their team. Charge start underway between Stern and Vals. And Dario Stern wins it for the Wolves. Good intensity from the Wolves early on. Some fast drives. And unlucky for Xing just off the top bar there. Lalio's shot blocked, does fall for Zandarov, but also blocked, and does fall for the Wolves. A great goal there from number 3 from Switzerland, Dario Stern for the Wolves. Just a couple of quick fakes and then just palming the ball in and around Anton Holmes' paddle.
White will be looking to catch Red on the break as many times as they can this game, with Red being a bigger, slower team than them. So that'll be how White look to score most of the game, you'd think.
Yeah, the Commandos with Holger and Mario Kuppers. Some very strong bodies in that attack to move the Wolves' defence around. And some strong shots, but it does mean that they are susceptible to fast breaks. And as we can see here, the Wolves again looking for that fast one. However, Alejandro Valls does win it back for the Commandos. On Tua Shen's shot is blocked. Crowd definitely behind the Commandos for this game, with Tua, their local boy from Ningbo, playing for them. He did score in one of their games last weekend to a big roar. Commandos happy to take their time, taking the full 60 seconds of that shot clock, waiting for the right opportunity. And Shen's shot blocked again.
Another good shot option though, taken there.
On that shot there, just falling into the lap of the Wolves, so turnover. However, the Commandos have managed to get back, so it doesn't look like the fast break will be on here. McBay feeds it inside to Hamida. Oh, the cheeky little lob just going over the goal as well. Great block there from the Wolves defence against Anton Holmes' shot. Very stark contrast in this game compared to the previous. Both teams taking their time, picking their shots, and as it pays off for both teams with 1 goal each, the first 5 minutes of this game.
Two old boys of the Commandos working well together there.
Or on a loose pass there from Adrian, but thankfully he was able to get it back now with Salmanek. Turned out by the Commandos defence, so he puts the ball back out again. Switching sides. Hamida's shot trying to get it around Holger's paddle, but takes the deflection and falls for the Commandos. The Wolves putting pressure up the field, stop any chance of a fast break and allow the rest of their team to get back. Valls across the Lalario. tries feeding it inside to his captain Ed Lart, but falls for the Wolves. Again looking at a fast break here.
White have numbers.
Samanek to Zing.
Oh, no.
Loose there from the Chinese Taipeiman. And his shot off that bottom bar.
Poorly timed fumble there, probably costing the Wolves a one-on-one with the goalie.
Did take a deflection, so they do get the corner and possession, but yeah, really unlucky there for Xing. Good chance for the Wolves to be ahead right now. Strong shot there from the Frenchman, number 8, Leo Manahoub, but good goalkeeping from the Commandos to keep it out. Good goal there for number 8, Leo Manahout, for the Wolves. So the Wolves get their lead again, 2-1. Really strong defence from the Commanders to keep them out for so long though. Tour. Back out again. Great work from the Commandos to keep that ball in their possession. 2 minutes left in this first half. Unlucky there from Coopers, just to have his shot blocked on that bottom left-hand corner. And the Commandos have called their timeout for the first half. 1 minute 53 on the clock. Just a reminder that the Commandos do have to get a win out of this game if they want to make finals this evening. Alright, the minute is up, so both teams getting back into position to start the remaining time of this half. Elalio with the dribble. Puts it into Alejandro. Great goal there from the Spaniard. Scores a level again. Clearly taking that timeout, going over exactly what they were going to do with that play. It has paid off with the goal. 25 left on the shot clock. .15 now, 1 minute left in the game. Madhu's shot straight into Kupez's paddle. Now Hamida, great goal there. Drove down the middle of the defence and put the ball in that bottom left-hand corner. Wolves again 1 goal up, but that fast break there, oh, really unlucky there from Chua Shen, just off that upright. You can just see one of the Wolves players calling for a timeout there, but however they can't call a timeout whilst play is happening. They do have to wait for a stop in play. .17 seconds left. Wolves would look to get one final shot before the end of this first half. 5 seconds. With Chua Shen going for a long, he just fumbles. Zandarov with the long shot, just wide, and that is the first half. So the Wolves with their 1 goal advantage going into the second half of this game. Commandos needing 2 more goals if they are to make the finals. Thank you very much, Adam, for joining me.
Thank you again.
Man, a few words.
Always on， 全力以赴。
Wolves getting the second half underway. Lovely shot there from Adrian Hamida, but off that top bar. Dario Stern's shot straight into Cooper's paddle, and it falls for the Commandos. Laladio back out again. Now with Diedrich. Sneaky shot from the German. It's being deflected down, so reset of the shot clock. Commandos with a nice little bit of possession here. Cheeky round arm there from Anton Holmes, but just going wide. Now with the Wolves. Leo Manahoot switches it across. 25 seconds left on the shot clock, so Wolves have to try and create some space. Komida's shot just under, so turnover there. And joining me for the second half in commentary for the Caton Hippos, Luke Holmes.
G'day, Jade.
Howdy. How do you feel about your game?
About 3/4 of it was pretty good. A little bit sloppy in the last quarter or so, and let a couple of goals back in and let Yellow get back in. But I think a lot of good things to take away from it heading into semi-finals. Fair chance we'll face Yellow again in one of those two games, hopefully. Well, hopefully for us at least. But you know, a lot of good stuff in the early game, and just got to keep that up for a full 20 minutes.
What was your team's kind of thoughts going into that game? Both you and the Tigers not looking to move around on the ladder, both already qualified for finals. Were you experimenting with a few things or trying a few things out, or just consolidating what you'd been working on all season?
Mostly just consolidating what we've been working on. We've had a couple of things that have sort of been our focus across all the games. And just looking to build from game to game and set ourselves up for the semi-final this afternoon, and find which of those things is working well and really focus on that for the next game. So Commandos here had a couple of attacks in a row, shooting pretty early in the shot clock, looking to get that goal. But White holding strong at the moment, playing quite low, quite tight defence, getting 2 paddles on every shot. White have been experimenting a little bit across this season with a few different structures. They're playing a bit of flat 4, bit of 2-2, bit of 1-3-1, which is, as a lot of teams have, been switching between their defences, working on different strategies, different structures. And a good block there and able to control it.
Yeah, great work there from Hamida. Sending the Wolves into attack. However, they choose not to go for the fast break. Instead move the ball up slowly.
Be interesting to see here. Commando need a win to go through to the next round. At what point do they look to push out and chase and force a turnover? Do they sit with their strong defence and trust that they're going to get the ball back and have another chance at scoring?
It will be an interesting one, because that Commandos team, they do have a couple of very strong players, but not necessarily the fastest of the teams out there. And I think a full press against the Wolves will pose a little bit of risk. but at the same time, they really do need that win, so we'll see how long it takes them before they get to that, or whether they do just decide to sit on it and hope that their two big inside players in their attack, Diedrich and Coopers, will be able to create the space that they need to get those goals.
A little bit of a late push there from Diedrich, giving White the foul back, who took the shot quickly but unable to convert.
Stern's shot there, deflected by Holmes but kept in. So we do have the turnover. Commanders with the ball again.
Again, plenty of time to score here. They've got 4.5 minutes plus. Only need one goal to go through to the next round. Working those two big boys inside again, Mario and Igor.
Nice feed in from Tua, giving it to Zandarov all the way across, and great goal there from the Spaniard Alejandro Valls, number 4 for the Commandos. Great play there from the whole team, just starting that ball wide on the right, feeding it all the way around. Captain Ed Lart right in the middle of things, getting that final pass to Alejandro.
A little bit interesting here to see what White wants to do. The result of this game, not a big difference for them, if anything at all. But obviously you want to go into the semi-finals with a bit of momentum. And then backhanded flick there by Manahut. Catching Red unawares and just sneaking it through.
It's a very tight angle around the back of Zandarov's paddle and in the very bottom left-hand corner. So the scores are level. Three minutes 20 on the clock. So if the scores remain level, Blue Helmets will stay in 4th based on goal difference, which will put that 4th place up to the final game between the Bulls and the Blue Helmets. Commandos will finish out of the semis and will play their 5th versus 6th match this evening.
Commandos taking the time out here. 3 minutes ago, they still need one goal. If I remember rightly, in the first half, they scored very quickly off the timeout. Sorry, this is actually an umpire's timeout. I'm slightly mistaken.
Does look like they're just going to clarify something here. Crowd really enjoying this game. Really cheering on the Commandos, and in particular Choshen. Excellent goal there from the number 4, Valls. Bottom bar, top bar, bottom bar again, and in. So the Commandos getting that lead back. Just over 2 minutes left in this game. Roy Deckers with the quick shot, trying to get it around Cooper's paddle, but straight to their keeper.
Again, Commando here now 1 goal up. That's all they need. Do they milk the time, take a minute off the clock, work for that one shot of the corner, get the ball back? Interestingly, will White just hold tight, take the 1 goal loss, hope to get maybe a stop within the 1 minute and then go back and have one more chance to even it up? Or do they put the pressure out, try to use that speed advantage, get the ball back and push for a win? A little bit of pressure coming out now. Dario, the captain, pushing out.
And referees deemed that shot had a deflection, maybe off Dario's paddle. And the Commandos have called their timeout now. 1 minute, 15 left on the clock. They will have the full 60 seconds on the shot clock as well.
A lot of experience on this Commandos team. A lot of guys have been around for many World Championships. A couple of guys who've coached at that level. A lot of guys who've played at level. A couple of young guys just coming up. It's interesting to see which players in which teams take over these chats, who's in charge, who's calling the shots. Commandos here obviously got 2 options of how they can play it. They can look to push, take that goal, take that shot early, potentially drop to be within 1 minute and be able to ride out the rest of the time, or they can hold for that one shot, leave 15-20 seconds on the clock, and if it doesn't go in, you only have to defend for 20 seconds to take the game. White coming out onto the corner. Adrian, one of their goalies, out on there with his paddle, going to be up. Dario sliding up the line, and they get the block early and recovers it.
Great work there from Adrian Hamida. And now Manahut racing down. He's going to go for that long shot, and it's in. Great work there from the Wolves. That's exactly not what the Commandos will be wanting to concede straight after that timeout in 14 seconds. So 1 minute left. Scores are even. They do have to get that goal now. Remembering that if scores remain level, they will be out. Loose ball in the centre. The shot's off, but I believe there was a goalkeeper foul before then as well, so the Wolves with the ball. And the Commandos have chosen to all paddle back. Oh no, they have called a press now. And the long shot off the bar. 30 seconds left in this game. Now it looks like the Wolves are going to a press as well. But they do have Hamida in goal. Great stop there from Hamida against Coopers.
And able to keep the ball in play as well.
So 10 seconds left. Zings with the ball. He's being pressed by 2. Commandos are giving everything. Dario Stern with the long shot just out. There's 4 seconds left on this clock. 4 seconds for Commandos to try and get into those finals. And the block there from Salmonik. And that is it. So the scores finish 4 goals each. And that means that the Commandos are out of the finals. They will finish in 5th, potentially 6th place. Devastating for them. Great performance from the Wolves to hold them to 4 goals each. And they will stay in 3rd place to play the Hippos in the first round of the finals, in the semi-finals.